Hi, welcome back. I'm Jane. I love to garden. So we have a really beautiful fall day. It's September. I'm going to try to take some cuttings of roses and hydrangeas. I have not had the best luck with roses, but I've been doing a lot of research. This will be my third try, so I'm going to just keep going. So I'll bring you over there in a minute to show you the roses, but right behind me is a hydrangea that I want to try to take cuttings of. And then on the other side, off screen, there is a little lime hydrangea that I want to take some cuttings from. So come with me as we go around. These ones are not going to be cuttings in water. These are going to be cuttings in soil. So what I have with me is something I can put water in to keep them from drying out while I'm taking the cuttings, and some secateurs. All right, these aren't secateurs. That's how Utahns say Anyway, let's go take some cuttings and have a good day. All right, follow along. Okay, I have two hydrangea plants in here. This one, I don't know the name of it, but it just started blooming for me. Kind of more of a white one. See how pretty? This one is, I called it Strawberry Sundae. It might be Vanilla Sundae. Strawberry vanilla. One of those. Anyway, when you take a cutting on a hydrangea, they say to get one without a flower. So see how this one doesn't have a flower? Down here, underneath a node. Can you see this? Just under a node. I'm gonna put that in water. Okay, I'm gonna do that a couple times on different hydrangeas. Here's my little lime. And I have been playing with this bush all season. It's been really fun. And I actually ended up getting 2 more clearance plants of them. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. Has no flower at the top. So I'm gonna take this one right here, cutting with my left. Then I'll take a couple more of those, put them in my bucket of water, and then move on. Okay, I gotta take Weigela cuttings. I know I've done some in water, but I'm gonna try these ones in soil and see if they work better. So I'm just gonna clip below a node, clip below a node, take a whole bunch of these, and I'm kind of just letting them drop because I only have one hand to film with. I cannot believe how much I cut and put these in bouquets this year. I'd like a lot more bushes of this. I love this Starry Night hardy hibiscus. I'm going to try to do this in soil. So let's just take the tip. There's one. I'll throw it in there. I don't want to get rid of all this foliage because it's perfect for fall, but got to do it before it gets cold and snowy here. We're in September. Hopefully, like last year, we had good weather all the way until November, but you can't always count on that. This is my very first bloom on Francis Medlin. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, I've got to smell it. I also used a lot of the spirea bushes. So I'm going to cut some of these. I'm going to try to cut ones that don't have a bloom on them. I wonder if it matters with these ones. So they say the Weigela and the spirea root really well, but I'm not sure. So I'll just keep trying, just get a whole bunch of cuttings. And I wonder if you're supposed to do it when they're more softwood. I don't know, just play. And then you can learn which one you like better. So a shout out to Mike Kincaid. He is amazing. He teaches you quite a bit on how to take cuttings. Also, there's another Mike on YouTube. Mike's Backyard Nursery, or can't remember his last name. But they're both really great at teaching you how to take cuttings. Okay, here's a firelight. Look at that. Second season in my yard. Isn't it glorious? Oh my goodness, what a beautiful plant. All right, so these ones down here is what I'm going to take cuttings of. I'm going to do that one. Ooh, come on, can't do it with the camera. Trying to record at the same time is very tricky. It's actually trickier than you think. Okay, so let me get a couple more of those. Look at the heaven. That is a glorious bush. I only got one, but don't you think it needs another one over there? Oh, he's so pretty. Wow, look at that thing. This one's a panicle hydrangea. All of you over in the east that can grow these macrophyllus. Nope, Utah, we do panicle. But we still do them. It's really pretty. Look at, I'll back up a bit. Asters, hydrangeas, echinacea, a mum that's about to explode, more echinacea. This one is a dwarf barberry. I don't remember it's green. Lime. And here's some more asters about to explode. And now that we're cooling down in temperature, my sentimental rose is about to bloom again. This thing was so pretty last year. Speaking of sentimental rose, let's get some cuttings on it. So I gotta make sure I'm not cutting anything that's putting off new blooms, so that I actually get some blooms this fall. So see this one, I'm gonna do it right here. I'm gonna go under, right, can you see this at all? I'm gonna go under a node right there. All right, let's do this one too. This sentimental bush is so pretty. So there's a node. All right, let me go get it in water. This rose is called Pink Peace Heaven. It smells so good. It was like perfect yesterday, but it's starting to wane a little bit. But we have another one coming up over here. Oh, the smell is so fantastic. So we're going to take some cuttings off of this guy. You can also take a cutting on a rose when the flower's faded, is what I've been told. So cut under a node. Put it in water, right under the node. I have quite a few cutting material here. I've got the pink splash Vigella, this one's called Starry Starry Night, Hardy Hibiscus, different types of hydrangea, different types of rose. There's some spirea in here, more roses. All right, let's go get some more peach roses. Here's another glorious rose. It changes so many different colors. I got it for free from someone's yard. So let me get some clippings off this. This is another rose I'm hoping to propagate. I love this thing. Oh my goodness, it's a floribunda for sure. Wish I knew the name. One day I'll find out. Oh, I love this thing. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of spent stuff. I can clip from the spent stuff, or I can clip from a spot that has no roses. Look at this new growth down here. All right, I'm gonna clip. So I clipped quite a bit of the peach rose because that's my favorite. I say that about everything. How many times have I said favorite in this in this video? I like plants. Okay, so now I'm gonna go try to figure out a propagation station. There's many different ways to do this, and I'm just gonna experiment and have a fun time doing it. The thing about cuttings is a lot of them die. But with every plant that you kill, you learn so much. So don't give up if you've done it once or twice or 1,000 times and it's not working. Tweak it. Figure out a different way to make it work. So I've been reading a lot, and it says you need to have an inert soil. So I don't know what I have that's inert. You could do sand, but I've tried sand and it doesn't really. So like I said, just keep trying. My glasses are falling off my face. So just keep trying. So I'm gonna go find some containers. I think I'm gonna get some clear Tupperware, not Tupperware, but like a Rubbermaid. See if I have one of those around with a lid. And I've used quite a few of them for winter sowing that have cracks in them, but I'm gonna try to do one that doesn't have a crack in it. I've also seen Mike Kincaid, there's a fly on my face. I've also seen Mike Kincaid, he does a yogurt cup with a cool lid, and he doesn't actually put drainage holes in some of it. So just experiment with drainage holes, without drainage holes. So I'll be right back as soon as I find a whole bunch of containers, some potting soil. Do I want to try my homemade compost? I don't think rabbit poo is inert. What do you think? Anyway, be right back. Okay, without spending a penny, let me show you what I have to try to propagate these. Okay, leftover nursery cups, salad, plastic, no holes in these. This is one of the cookies that the kids like. You gotta see my chickens fighting over a plum. They're not fighting too bad. They're like, hey, you want a taste? Yeah, you want a taste? Looks pretty good. I gotta cut their flight feathers again. Look at that one going up there. New to chickens, still fun. Okay, squirrel. Okay, so another thing I can do that I didn't spend a penny on, I like to reuse plastic. So this, if I had bread bags, I would use a bread bag instead. But the neighbor across the street gave me these. They're just the old sandwich type bags without the Ziploc. And then this is a reused plastic from somewhere. No, I think this might be a cereal box. No, it looks different, but no holes. And then I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. But let's get to work. So as far as the medium, I am not running to the store to get potting soil right now. This is rabbit bedding. Inert, I don't know. This is broken up wood chips. It's been sitting in my yard for a season at least. So let's see if that will hold on to what we need. Okay, let's start filling these right here. And I'm not even washing them. So, I mean, there's tons of variables here, you know. Maybe I'd have better luck if I sanitized everything perfect, if I used the right everything, but you know, we also want to be free. We want to learn how to do this as cheaply as we can. And I remember lots of people that would put them in the ground and just have them grow. My grandpa was an amazing gardener and he didn't spend any money. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to cut these down. And let's see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to cut it down like this. So I'm going to cut one there. And then I'm going to take the flower off the top. And then I'm going to strip some of these bottom leaves. Ugh. And then I'm going to cut right there. And without rooting hormone, you could also, see, that could up my chances too. There's lots of things I could add to this project, and maybe I will. You could also do honey. I've had good success using local honey, and I actually have some of that, so I'll be right back. I'm going to dip the bottom in local honey, and then I'm going to put it into the already prepared, over here, trays like that. And I'm going to fit like 5 in there. Be right back. Okay, I found some honey, and I also found a bread bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very end of this cutting, and I'm going to put it in honey, and then you can use a dibbler or your finger get the very end of that and stick it at the end. Let me fill this up and fill that one up. And then what you do is you take some sort of plastic and you stick it over the top. And then you put it in a shady location. I'm going to do it outside because we still have plenty of good weather. And they say in 4 weeks. Let's see what we can do. My cute son is here with me eating pizza. It looks like he's licking the pizza, not eating the pizza. Wow. Okay, we're gonna set the rest of this one down here. Okay, I've got one thing. I'm going to water it, and then I'm gonna put the humidity dome on it. All right, I'm gonna place these in water real quick, but you gotta see this goofball over here first. I love that kid. All right, so we're gonna place them in water just to get the medium kind of wet. I'll let it sit there for a minute while I fill up some more. I am going to try this. I'm going to fill up some in the rabbit bedding. Let's see. Josh, where are you? Oh, wait, I can see his eye. There it is. Okay. So this, I think I'll just do 1 or 2 out of this one because, you know, it's just an experiment.
I'm falling and I can't keep up.
Okay. Let's go like that. All right, let's prepare some more of this. Do we want to waste it on my roses? I don't know. Watch it be the best medium ever. Okay. Take this rose. Maybe I should make this goofball actually record me doing what I'm doing. These leaves right here. All right, I put some honey on the bottom of this rose. Then I'm going to put it in the rabbit bedding. I like the word secretor. I mean, doesn't the word Caesars, doesn't that sound very Western? I do live in Utah. My secateurs suck. I need to get some new ones. Alright, I have to do it off camera. It's too hard. Alright, here's 2 pots done. About 5 or 6 cuttings in each. And then this one, as I pull it out, get back in there. This one is the rabbit bedding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the water. Take it out of the water. I'll put that one in the water. All right, my sweet husband is here to help me. As you've seen before, in this first one, I've set a whole bunch of cuttings here. This one back here, I've set some cuttings. In this one over here, there's some cuttings. This is the only one that has rabbit bedding in it so far. I got all these cuttings, and I also have these silly animals down here that my daughter did. All right, so I'm going to show you better because my husband's helping me. So I'm actually going to take 2 cuttings. If you'll come in right here, can you see this like junction right here? Sometimes this one has a lot more of those cells that will help it root. So I'm going to cut it right in half right there. And now I have 2 cuttings. I have this cutting and this cutting. So we're going to start with this one. I like to cut it down a little bit. And I don't have a lot of nodes on this, so I don't know how many this is going to work. Put it in honey down here. And then I'm going to come over here and place it, push it down. Let's go slower on that one. So this one right here, this is the one, if you look really close right here, this is the one that kind of has that junction that I was talking about. Sometimes it roots better right there. Okay, so we're going to strip the lower leaves. Any of this stuff will go to the chickens. And then we're going to take off the flower. So like I was saying, this one has a couple more nodes. So this one has 1 node, 2 nodes. The node is where the leaf comes out. And it's also going to be where our roots come out. So we can have roots come out here, we can have roots come out here. Okay, so now that we got a cutting here, we're going to stick it in honey again. And we're going to place it here. So now that these have been sitting in the water, and I have someone to help me film, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. So this is a bread bag. I like to reuse plastic instead of buying plastic. We're going to take it and we're going to put it like a humidity dome, okay, over the top. And then this is going to go, this is the side of my house. This is the north side, northeast, but north side. This has a lot of shade. There's no sun that hits this spot. So I'm just gonna come place it right down here. Let it do its thing. I'm hoping that it roots in about 4 weeks. I'm not even gonna water it. I watered it really good, just barely. Okay, we're gonna take some of the different cutting material I have besides roses, and we're gonna put that in here. So let's start with, I've showed you this before in many different videos. This is the hardy hibiscus. And it has worked for me rooting in water. But this time we're gonna root it in soil. So I'm gonna take off some of these really large leaves. My favorite word, evaporation. I'm gonna kinda take out the center there. And then I'm gonna take these and cut them in half. And then I just dropped my, whoops. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it and put it in honey. Honey, honey, do 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 do. And then I'm gonna put it in my, remember this medium is just broken down wood chips. I'm gonna stick it on the side. So let me fill up the rest of these with hardy hibiscus. But I also wanted to show you how to do some other ones here. So if you look up here, I have a spirea. I have, this one's a hydrangea. And then what else did I collect? I have a weigela. And I got some more roses in here. So it's the same way. Do it with the same way. Let's just go right to him because he's kind of already done. So we're just going to take off some of the bottom leaves. We're going to grab the end of it in honey. Dunk, 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 dunk. And then we're going to put it, I like to do the corners first because what happens, let me show you. What happens is the roots go out. And when they break, they go down. And if you're rooted right in the center, they'll just go out and out and out and out, and it won't have as many roots. But if they're on the side, so it goes out, and everywhere they broke, like your fingers, they're gonna send more roots going down. So that's kind of what I understand it as for why you put cuttings on the side instead of right in the middle. So let me finish up all of these. I'll get a whole bunch of them right here. We're in September in Utah. I live up by the mountains. I love where I live. And then I will do an update video on how they did. If they all died, I'll let you know. If some of them worked, I'm hoping, I mean, the roses are gonna be harder. They are harder to root. But I'm hoping stuff like these work because I do a lot of cutting on these too. So I'll just finish this up really fast and I'll get you some pictures, but stay tuned for an update video. Just have fun with it. Go play in your yard. Bye. All right, here's a whole bunch of my experiments. I'll check back in 4 weeks.